I last chaired a panel for A Women's Place UK almost exactly 2 years ago. It was at Oxford University and it was called A Women's Place is at the Lectern. 2 years later, I think it's fitting that I'm chairing a panel entitled A Women's Place is Not in Prison. Because from the halls of academia to the women's prison estate, women are catching hell. When an accused is asked, how do they plead? Guilty or not guilty? When they plead not guilty, we don't say, right you are, out the door, no further action. There's a trial, the evidence is tested. That assertion of not guilty is often proven not to be correct, and the individual is convicted. Yet when a man, let's say a man convicted of rape or indeed murder, after a trial, so his account of not being guilty is not to be believed, when such a man says, I am a woman, that is my gender identity, the entire justice system bows down to him. His word becomes his bond, when it would not be so in any other situation. Such a man can request a transfer to a women's prison for his safety and dignity. A man indistinguishable from any other man may be eligible to serve his sentence of punishment and deterrence, and yes, rehabilitation in the women's estate. The dignity and the safety of women, up until very recently, was not even considered. And now it has been considered. Women's safety and dignity is currently deemed secondary to the needs and wants of men. And these are men. They may or may not have the protected characteristic of gender reassignment under Section 7 of the Equality Act 2010, but they do not have a GRC, a gender recognition certificate. They are legally male and they are physically male. Those males who are in a minority, who have a GRC, who present some similar problems to those that don't, we have no data, because once they enter the prison system, they are recorded as women. We can work backwards and look at the offences such as rape, which is only committed with a penis, to ascertain the number that have a GRC, but that task is difficult, and you'll hear more about that. The state is locking up some of its most vulnerable women, themselves overwhelmingly the victims of male violence. Gender identity theory is making a mockery of our justice system. And it's female prisoners who are paying the price. There are signs that our lawmakers are coming to their senses. At least Priti Patel is, and I don't agree with everything that Priti Patel does or says, I hasten to add. But on this point, she is absolutely right. And I congratulate her for taking the decision to order the police to register criminals on the basis of their birth sex. Tonight, our panel of experts will help us make sense of this mess. I want to invite you now to give them all a round of applause.